Alright, we are back with another D&D movie time. And tonight, we will be watching...
I have no idea.
The movie that's next to Cora. She, I believe, I'm going to go on a limb and predict, I think she's going to give this movie a high score. This is a movie franchise that is right in her ballpark. And I think after she's watched this one, she's going to want to watch all of them. Because she saw a trailer for the newest one, which is coming out soon. And she's already told me she wants to see that. So.
Are you serious?
Yep. So since you don't remember what that movie was, so I've seen this movie. God, I've probably seen this movie like over 100 times. Literally, quite literally, it was one of the very first movies that came out. This exact movie came out when I got my first place all by myself, which was a year or two before I met her mother, and 5 years before she was born, or 6 years before she was born. And she's 8 now, so almost 15 years or more. What? You were gonna say?
What?
You said you looked like you were gonna say something.
I was just like, what the?
If you guys are wondering, yes, that is our normal TV in the corner. It's currently down. It needs new power board, so we're waiting to get that put in.
And if you're asking, how are you going to watch TV if your other TV is broken? Luckily, my dad bought ourselves a other TV.
A backup TV, so.
Backup.
Alright, but with that said, let's go ahead and transform our night. See you guys after the movie.
Bye.
Got a little surprise for you, son. No, Dad! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah, I am. You're not getting a Porsche. Let me tell you something, son. A driver don't pick the cars. Cars pick the driver. It's a mystical bond between man and machine. What you're about to see is totally classified. Dear God, what is this? We're under attack! We're facing war against a technological civilization far superior to our own. Our enemy can take any shape. They could be anywhere. It's a robot, like a super advanced robot. It's probably Japanese. No, not more! You have to get the cops. Trust me.
Alright, Cora, so we just finished watching So what'd you think of that movie? Without spoiling your score.
Awesome.
So, why don't you tell everybody what happened and what is Transformers about for kids like you who have never seen it at all?
It was amazing. Like,
What was it about?
imagine this box is a car. And then randomly, it transforms into a robot. You're like, oh my god, my car's alive. I love this.
Well, tell us about the movie. Remember, I do the TV shows, you do the movies. So what's the movie about?
Well, the movie is about Transformers, of course. They don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, it's fine. This movie's been out for almost 20 years.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean people haven't watched it.
I think it came out in like 2007.
Had my mom watched it?
Yes, many times.
I bet some people didn't watch it.
Well, then they shouldn't be watching the review. Remember, you go through the story and tell us the story when we're in the review process. So come on. Time's a wasting here. We gotta start making these a little faster for the viewers. They don't want to see you playing around with boxes. Come on. Tell them what it's about.
So, we go ahead. We see this boy, and this boy wants a car. And, spoiler alert, the car's actually Bumblebee. Slash my favorite.
Oh, why are you covering your mouth? I can't hear you. Cover your mouth. Come on, come on, come on. 5 minutes. 5
Okay,
minutes.
chill. And then, as soon as they find out, I think a minute later, in this universe, but an hour later in the movie universe, they, I guess, go ahead and get kidnapped. And also, sadly, my favorite, Bumblebee. And yes,
Who's they? You just talked about one kid. Who's they?
oh, his family is some random girl that he likes.
I love how you phrase these. Some random girl he likes. Only the prettiest girl in the whole movie.
Hey, it's just like to make funny. I don't like to be the funny one.
Well, come on.
Okay.
So they get kidnapped or taken away by who? By the
FBI.
FBI. You mean Sector 7?
Yes, but they.
Come on.
Okay, but they kind of look like the FBI.
They're higher than the FBI.
FBI, open up.
Anyways, come on.
Anyways, there's this big war going on between Autobots and bad Autobots.
Decepticons.
Decepticons.
Decepticons. It's supposed to be play on deception.
What?
Deception, like telling a lie. That's what a deception is. And they wanted to use, because it sounds like that's a bad thing to deceive somebody. That's why they named the bad robots the Decepticons. And who is the leader of the Decepticons?
Some plain boy.
NBE.
One?
Yep. Or what does the Autobots call them?
Plain.
Megatron?
Megatron!
And Daddy had to tell you that Megatron was voiced by the guy who played Agent Smith from the Matrix movies you love so much.
Now, I know that I sound like the Matrix movie, but this action movie, whatever restriction this is between action and comedy, whatever. This is the number one I like. I mean, you cannot say that Bumblebee was not cool.
So what happens when they
cool.
get taken and they meet and they see Megatron? What else does the government have?
Bumblebee.
No.
The box. The magic cube. The magic cube of the whole entire world, but not the whole entire
Universe.
world. The whole entire
AllSpark.
universe.
The AllSpark. And what does the AllSpark do?
I just know it's Kuwait stuff.
Its energy can make any machine into a transformer. Like we see a cell phone, an Xbox, a vending machine, another car.
Hey, you know what? If that actually happened, I bet like the TV and two of the TVs.
Oh, we'd have so many freaking robots in this house. The TVs would all turn into it. All my stereos, all my screens, our controllers would all turn into little robots. We'd be overrun. We'd be dead.
Oh my God.
A laptop, everything. This camera, all of it.
Oh my God.
Every controller.
No, that's just why you shouldn't play with too many electronics. But I bet even the headphones.
Yep. So anyways, okay, you said who your favorite Autobot was. Who is your favorite Decepticon? Which one did you... Okay, come on. At least...
The funny one. Whoever the funny one is.
The little boombox one? Stop doing that with the number. You're going to ruin it, and then we won't have that. But the little one that kept trying to hack into everything and kept turning into her cell phone.
Yeah.
And turned into a little spider Decepticon.
No.
That's the one I was talking about. Okay, so anyways, what else? So what do? They just meet everybody and that's it? What happens then?
And then later on in the movie, we have a big giant war.
War?
They turn the Autobots into Decepticons, whatever.
Decepticons. Not Zepticons. There's no Z.
I said D!
No, it sounded like you said Zepticons.
Oh my God. I said D!
Anyways. So, the giant battle. Were you happy with how it all turned out?
Yeah, and I'm glad Bumblebee stayed.
Yeah. Alright, well.
But I do guess Bumblebee has to stay in his car form because he cannot be seen by anybody else.
Guess we'll have to find out. I mean, there's a bunch more of these.
But I want to see the whole franchise.
Oh, we're going to make it through them. And then we got a whole movie. After we make it through all the main movies of the Transformers, we'll go back to the beginning and you'll see how Bumblebee arrived on Earth. He's got his own movie where he arrived on Earth.
Let me see that.
No, not right now.
You have to be kidding me.
So, I was going to start us with the Bumblebee movie, but I wanted you to really see the first one. The one that got everyone hooked. And Bumblebee is one of the more newer ones. So, alright. But we'll be right back after this. And we'll give our scores.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of Guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend, Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest to achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
All right, Cora. Transformers, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you score Transformers?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. No problems with it at all.
I flipped and laughed at this movie.
Yeah. What was your favorite part? Your all-time favorite scene of the movie?
Can you guess?
Nope.
Come on.
I don't know. Tell me.
The part that I accidentally put in a bad button.
I thought it was going to be when Bumblebee transforms for the first time, because that's what really caught your attention. That's when you really woke up. Before, you looked like you were falling asleep. So, all right. Sit back. So for me, for Transformers 1, on a scale of 1 to 10, I actually would have to go with a 9.
Explain.
I really do love this movie. I like it a lot. But there's too much flair throughout the movie. And anybody who's been watching this channel knows I can't stand that. I hate when there's so much flair.
What's flair?
Flare is when they shine a light off of metal to really get that, like, beam of lightness. Like, okay, we get it. It's metal. We don't need extra light on the metal to showcase it's metal.
Yeah, but...
And it's just the way they shoot the lights. And it's just a whole bunch of flares. And it really blinds you. It's like, yeah, I'm trying to watch the movie. I don't want to be blinded by your flares. I'll point out a flare next time we see it, because I'm sure we'll see movies again with it. I do know in the future movies they do end up toning it back some on the flare. Another thing is sometimes things are too loud, too fast, and because it's so loud, I find that it might be harder for people who only watch this once to catch certain things.
I mean, I understand, like, and also, can you miss in the part where...
Can I finish?
Yeah, but I just want to add on if, like, I could hear some scenes that they were saying.
Well, you could always ask me to pause it and tell you, or rewind it so you could re-see it. But anyways, yeah, basically, so what I meant by this is there were times where, like, the humans are talking, but you got the Transformers in the battling it out, or transforming or doing something, even just walking around, and they have loud, very loud sound effects going off all around them.
Like this.
And you got music playing, and the music is almost as loud as the effects, and it's really hard to hear them talking. So unless you either watch the movie with captions on, or you watch this movie like 100 times, like I have, there's probably stuff you're going to miss. Yes, you can hear everything. It is possible, and maybe some really people out there can keep all the sounds separated, but mostly, in my experience, every time I've watched this movie, sometimes it's so loud I can't hear what some of the characters are saying. And I'm talking about the human characters. Even some of the Transformers, their voices are so robotic and sound effecty, being affected by sound, that it makes it hard to understand some of what they're saying, too. So, I do think they address these issues moving forward, but as I rewatched the series, one of these movies I've never seen before. And I'm not talking about the one we'll probably go to see in theaters, Cora. When we get to the last Transformers The Last Night, I've never seen that one. So that'll be a first time watch for both of us. But yeah, so this has been our review of the first Transformers, and I do really enjoy this, and as you see, Cora really enjoyed this. Bet she's happy she saw it.
Bumblebee.
And I've got one last question before we go ahead and finish this off, Cora. You, in the past, have said you are addicted to explosions. So did this satisfy your explosion addiction? Your explosion addiction?
I guess so, but I can't tell you how many explosions there are because, I wish I could, but I couldn't keep track of them.
Well, I didn't ask you to keep track. There were so many. I told you. Didn't I tell you there was tons of explosions? Didn't I promise you explosions?
Explosions!
Did I deliver?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so with that said, we're going to go ahead and end this here, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.